just gone 8 o'clock on this New Year's Eve. You're watching the main news here on ZBC live from Poketsol in Harare. I am Mona Lisa Dube.
And my name is Malvin Matara. Susan Masona is on sign language. Arthur Evans will be joining us later on in the bulletin from our Montrose studios.
Our top stories this evening. Government fast-tracks hospital upgrades for universal healthcare access.
National hero Brigadier General retired Matthias Ngarala to be buried this Friday.
In business, new taxes approved through the 2026 national budget take effect this Thursday.
You do not want to miss our sports news. We'll be talking about the Warriors' return home after a heartbreaking AFCON exit.
The government is prioritizing the establishment and upgrading of health infrastructure with the goal of achieving universal health coverage. This comes as a new hospital is taking shape in Mount Hamden, while refurbishment at Pharenyatwa Group of Hospitals in Harare are currently work in progress. Our chief correspondent, Rupert Barwe, has the details.
The Second Republic has come in with a culinary hospital being built in the new city of Mount Hamden. Engineer Makusha Chimbi walks us through what is actually taking place at Mount Hamden site, where the culinary hospital is being built.
We are doing it in phases. This is phase 1, which we are currently viewing. It's at 60% level of completion. And this is our demonstration block, the OPD, where we are now currently working on the internal brickwork to make sure that we open room for the exterior ironmongery, that is the aluminium works. We are supposed to be done. Behind it there, you can see there's the farmers building. It has already reached its roof level and is here to receive again the aluminium works and the internal finishes. Behind me here, there is the cardiology building. It's now at first floor level. It's about to receive the concrete once the suppliers resume the supply since they are on shutdown. Behind there are some excavation works which have already taken off.
In colonial Rhodesia, this was known as Lady Chancellor Unit of the Andrew Fleming Hospital. Today it's Pharenyatwa, and this one is Mbuyanehanda Wing. It was old, it was dilapidated. The Second Republic came with an idea that our health system was not up to scratch. The Second Republic has decided that this is our home, this is our country, and this hospital has to meet international standards.
We are from the people and must serve the people. Government has put in place concrete strategies to quicken the rate of modernization of our hospitals, as well as the availability of drugs and medicines.
And you can see with the development there, it's a very new hospital, the Mbuyanehanda Maternity Unit. We managed to catch up with the Sister Vanessa, working for Prevail International, who is the project manager.
We are working on the refurbishment of Mbuyanehanda Hospital, which we started on the first week of October. And it's now still work in progress. And all the electrical works, we have removed all pipework and we have installed new pipework, including the 3-pipe system, the central heating system, which we have installed inside. So, and we are hoping that we are all targeting that all the works will be done by June 2026.
A new look hostel with aluminium windows, everything inside has been refurbished. This is part of the bigger programs of developing the health sector in this country. One signature project of the Second Republic. The President is on record of saying our health institution need a real injection of resources so that they meet international standards. Ruben Barwe, ZBC News, at Pharenyatwa Group of Hospitals.
The rehabilitation of the Bulawayo Victoria Falls Road is progressing well, with another section of more than 5 kilometers opened in Jocholo, Lupane district.
As the 8 contractors working on the reconstruction of the Bulawayo Victoria Falls Highway accelerate civil works to meet the 2026 deadline, the opening of a newly completed stretch of more than 5 kilometers by Bitumen Resources underscores the agents attached to the project is directed by government.
Sokuhambeka sebehlise izingozi zomgwaqo nezimota sezihamba. Sibonge kakhulu nje umgwaqo we-tourism. Sesithola ama-investors amaningi kakhulu.
We are trying to emphasize the issue of sense of ownership to every community to make sure we don't disturb the operation of this program.
Project managers have since provided an update on progress made so far.
Going forward, we are going to be doing another 5-kilometer phase, which is scheduled to be complete by end of February.
Other contractors who have also opened some sections to traffic. In total, we now have 37.5 kilometers to date. So we are left with a balance of 404 kilometers, 0.9. And we are looking forward to these contractors opening more sections so that it becomes trafficable.
The government has welcomed the progress made on the project so far.
Sifuna ukubonga kakhulu President wethu Baba Mnangagwa ngomsebenzi oswenzakele and namhla kuvulwe i-stretch i-5.4 kilometers ese-Cross Jocholo, between Cross Jocholo and halfway. Ama-motorist ethu ngama-holiday kunje bajabulile kakhulu. Sikhangela ukuthi nxa kuvulwa ngoJanuary ama-contractors ebuya back emsebenzini kwenziwe more kilometers than ayenzakale this year.
The Bulawayo Victoria Falls Road is a critical link within the North-South corridor connecting South Africa through the Beit Bridge border post to Zambia via the Victoria Falls and Kazungula border posts. Tichaona Kurewa, ZBC News, Lupane.
The just-ended National Development Strategy 1 has been credited for the records that have been achieved in the agricultural sector in recent years. With the NDS2 now coming into effect, Zimbabwe is set to consolidate its newly found momentum to once again become the breadbasket for Southern Africa.
The agricultural sector has over the years recorded a boom, contributing about 33% of the GDP, and in terms of foreign currency, tobacco has proved to be a game changer. From about 175 million kilograms produced in 2020, the tobacco sector has improved, recording over 355 million kilograms this year, which is 60% increase in terms of volumes. This has seen farmers pocketing about 1.2 billion United States dollars, which they raked in terms of foreign currency into the country. And what it means is that thousands of farmers who are growing tobacco can be uplifted through growing tobacco towards Vision 2030, that of an upper middle class society.
Nyika inovakwa nevene vayo kune vakawanda vazhinji vanouya kuzodzidza zvakawanda kubva pano pamakina. Kuvarimi vazhinji vanorima chirimwa ichi vabudirira zvizhinji nechirongwa chaMnangagwa. Tinotarisira kuti mugore ra2030 varimi vakawanda vachange vachirimawo fodya.
As the NDS2, which was launched by President Emmerson Mnangagwa recently, government is confident that with this type of farming, farmers can achieve the new target of 500 million kgs of tobacco by 2028, with expectations high that the country can hit a $5 billion sector in tobacco come 2030. In terms of maize production, with these programs such as Pfumvudza and other government programs, this year the country, owing to good rains, is also expecting a bumper harvest. As you can see here, some of the farmers have already started topping their maize, and expectations are high that they will produce over 5 tons from the one they were producing before they received the mechanization under the Presidential Mechanization Program. The coming in of these tractors and the harvesters has managed to empower farmers to produce about 5 to 8 tons per hectare, resulting in the country breaking new records in the wheat production. This year, the wheat production has recorded over 600% growth as compared to 2020. And this is attributed to the Second Republic's initiative to come up with this mechanization program.
Mechanization is a key enabler in agricultural production. In 2025 was not an exception, but we actually saw the highest yields, the highest production, the highest productivity figures, which are all but functions and drive things that are driven by mechanization. What we are seeing here is a typical example of a mechanized field where we talk high plant population, high plant density, high yields, high production per unit area. And typically as government, we have invested throughout the value chain, right from land preparation, plowing, planting, seeding, harvesting, up to the point of storage.
As we go forward, we have heard from the Ministry of Agriculture saying by 2030, the country will hit about 1.5 million tons of wheat, which will enable the country to regain its status as the breadbasket of the southern region. Tendai Munengwa, ZBC News, Harare.
The late national hero, Brigadier General retired Matthias Ngarava, will be buried at the National Heroes Eka this Friday.
The body of Brigadier General retired Ngarava was taken to Chinhoyi to allow people from Mashonaland West Province to bid him farewell. The body was accompanied by family members and government officials. Earlier on, a meeting was held here in Harare where government officials and family members agreed on the burial date.
Tawirirana kuti mutumbi wemushakabvu ucharadzikwa musi Friday pa National Heroes Eka. Semhuri yekwaNgarava ruremekedzo rwakapiwa baba vedu tino appreciate, takazvitambira ende tinonzwa kufara.
Pamusangano taita nemhuri tawirirana kuti nhasi bhodhi ichatorwa pano pakomando yopfuura neku Meboreni kwaigara baba vachipara vachionekedzana nehama dzavaishanda nadzo vachigara muno Harare. Yabva pa Meboreni vachaenda kuBanget kufarm kwavanga vachirima kunoparadzana zvakare nevanhu vavanga vachigarisana navo kuBanget. Tichazotakura bhodhi kubva kuBanget taakuenda kumba kwababa kumapako kuChinhoyi kunova kucharara mutumbi nhasi manheru. Tifumudza mangwana kuseni na 9 o'clock mutumbi uchatakurwa uchienda kwaChivi kunova kumusha kwababa kuti vanoonekedzana nehama dzose dzavakanga vachiwadzana nadzo vachiri kurarama. Na 3 o'clock mangwana mutumbi uchatakurwa kubva kumusha kwaChivi uchiuya pano pakomando uchazorara instead uchimirira kuradzikwa musi weFriday.
Brigadier General retired Ngarava was born in Chivi in 1959, where he did his both primary and secondary education. He joined the liberation struggle in 1976 through Chikombedzi. He briefly stayed in Mozambique before he was sent to Syria for military training. After training, he was deployed in Gaza province. After ceasefire, the national hero joined the Zimbabwe National Army as a sergeant. Through dedication and hard work, he rose through the ranks to become a brigadier general. He retired from the active service in 2024. The decorated soldier, who will be buried on Friday at the National Heroes Eka, is survived by his 2 wives and 5 children. Peter Chivima, ZBC News, Harare.
Meanwhile, the body of the national hero, Brigadier General retired Matthias Ngarava, has arrived in Chinhoyi. We now link up with our Mashworst Bureau Chief, that is Tamuka Charakupa, for more on this. Good evening.
The body of the late national hero, Brigadier General retired Matthias Ngarava, is now at his Mapako residence in Chinhoyi. I'm now joined with his colleague, Brigadier General Rabani Nikisi, the commander, mechanized brigade.
What I would want to mention first of all is that I interacted with the late Brigadier General Ngarava during our primary school days at Shindi School in Chivi district in Masvingo. And later on, we met during the service, and we've been together since the 1980s until his retirement around 2024.
What does it mean as a province and as a former colleague that he has been declared as a national hero?
Well, I think it's a great honor that the head of state and the government, President Idi Mnangagwa, has conferred the national hero status to Brigadier General Mathias Ngarava. Is really an honor for us as the militants. And I think you also want to take note that as militants, whether one is still serving or retired, if one is deceased, we converge and take care of our deceased until his final resting place.
Ngarava family representative, son to the late deceased Emmanuel Ngarava, is all to thank to the Second Republic for the honor bestowed on his late father. Mr. Ngarava, murukunzwa sei neruremekedzo rwapiwa kuna baba venyu?
We are very delighted and very grateful by the honor bestowed on our father. And we are also thankful to the Second Republic, also to the First Secretary and the President. We are very thankful for that.
The late Brigadier General retired Ngarava will be buried at the National Shrine on Friday, the 2nd of January.
Women from Mashonaland West Province have rallied behind First Lady Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa's efforts in order to alleviate the plight of Nyabira community by donating foodstuffs.
In a heartwarming display of solidarity, women from Mashonaland West Province have rallied behind First Lady Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa's efforts to alleviate the plight of the Nyabira community by donating an assortment of food items, reinforcing a growing culture of compassion inspired by the First Lady's work. The gesture follows Dr. Mnangagwa's ongoing feeding and food distribution program targeting vulnerable children living in an open settlement in Nyabira who are struggling to meet basic needs. Moved by what they described as the First Lady's hands-on motherly intervention, women from the Mashonaland West business community mobilized resources to complement her efforts, particularly in support of children who had begun to show signs of malnutrition. Through the Angel of Hope Foundation, Dr. Mnangagwa has been preparing and providing nutritious meals to children on a weekly basis, an initiative that has brought relief, dignity, and renewed hope to affected households. Speaking on behalf of the Mashonaland West women's business community, Ms. Tabile Munyuke said the First Lady's consistency and practical involvement through the Angel of Hope Foundation serves as a powerful example, motivating women in business to unite and play an active role in supporting vulnerable children.
Isusu chawuyawo seMashonaland West Business Community for Ladies. Takanzwa zvedambudziko rakachiwira as a province. Tikaona ma-efforts ari kuitwa naamai kuburikidza neAngel of Hope Foundation yekuya vachibikira vachibatira pamwe nekuonera pamwe nemafamilies ari munyatwa yakasangana nayo. Saka taonawo zvakakodzera kuti tiise ruoko rwedu nepashoma patinapo kuti tibetserewo community yatinayo yemunyabhira.
Mashonaland West Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Marion Chombo, commended efforts by the First Lady to support the children in Nyabira.
Maine moyo wavo wokuchirera nherera vakaona vakaongorora kuti vana vakaitoitwa malnutrition vakati handizvibvumidzi vakadaro vakatanga kuvapa chikafu uye takanyatsoona kuti pavanga vachitanga kupiwa chikafu vana ivavava you could tell kuti vana vari malnourished asi iye zvino ukatarisa mutsauko wapo pamwedzi wavanga vachifidwa chikafu unonyatsoona kuti utano hwavo hwakudzokeredza. Takangoti takusvika futi mukrisimasi mai havana kungoda kupa vana chete chikafu vakati aiwa nganitarise mhuri vakauya nemahampa angane upfu raisi madhiringi muriwo sauti zvese zvakadaro nesipo dzekugezesa kupa mhuri dzavo.
The collaborative effort not only provides immediate relief to the children, but also highlights the power of women-led partnerships rooted in empathy, unity, and shared responsibility. More than 1,000 households are benefiting from the sustained feeding program and food assistance in Nyabira underscoring how a single act of kindness can trigger a ripple effect of collective action. Colette Msanyera, ZBC News, Nyabira.
On to other news now. Manicaland Province is hoping to consolidate the huge economic gains achieved under the National Development Strategy 1, which ended this year and has been replaced by the NDS2, which is to be implemented over a period of 5 years. Focus is now on maintaining the average gross domestic product growth rate of over 5% per annum.
Manicaland Province recorded significant economic growth under NDS1 with a GDP growth rate of 132% in the last 5 years, buoyed by growth mainly within the mining, agriculture, manufacturing, tourism and trade sectors. This was reviewed by Director Economic Affairs in the Office of the Manicaland Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Mr. Mnyaradzi Rubaya, who outlined the GDP growth projections under NDS2.
We managed to raise our GDP from 1.46 billion in 2021 to 3.4 billion USD in 2025. That is an increase of 132% over the 5 years. Under NDS2, we envisage to maintain the momentum of GDP growth rate of about 5%, with the strategic focus now on the manufacturing sector contribution to above 25%.
Manicaland Province also scored big in the area of investments, recording a massive $500 million worth of investments in the past 5 years, and the province targets at least $750 million worth of investments over the next 5 years under NDS2.
In 2021, we were realizing investment of around USD 50 million per annum, and in 2025, we had a massive jump in investment per annum of 171 million per annum, and this translated to over 500 million investment over the 5 years. Our target under NDS2 is to consistently drive an investment of 150 million USD per year.
In the tourism sector, the province experienced the growth with the hotels increasing from 65 in 2021 with a capacity of less than 600 beds to 108 hotels and lodges with a capacity of over 3,000 beds. Mr. Rubaya also revealed that the province targets annual milk production of 60 million litres after having increased the production from 1.72 million litres in 2021 to 30.74 million litres in 2025. Huge progress was also posted within the crop production sector, with the number of irrigation schemes increasing from 40 in 2021 to 71 to date, and under NDS2, the province targets to increase the hectarage under irrigation from the current 27,000 hectares to 50,000 hectares. Manicaland also recorded increased production of ethanol, which jumped from 3 million litres per annum in 2021 to over 120 million litres in 2025. In the diamond sector, the province was producing 2 million carats per annum in 2021, and by 2025, production rose to 5 million carats per annum.
A Chinese company, Beritech Investments, is set to expand its investment portfolio in Zimbabwe to $200 million, complementing its existing quarry mining plant, which is currently producing an annual average of 1 million tons of construction aggregates and 600,000 tons of washed sand in Zimbabwe.
Currently operating a $15 million United States high-tech construction aggregate processing plant near Norton in Zvimba East, Beritech Investments says it is ready to inject an additional $200 million United States into Zimbabwe across various sectors. The company says the planned expansion is a result of the business-friendly environment ushered in by the Second Republic.
We plan investment to 200 million for invest around about quarry stone factory and gold mining, also including energy part, agriculture, and so on, water manufacturing something.
The local leadership has commended the development, calling for sustainable implementation of corporate social responsibility programs and increased investment in the manufacturing sector.
We are happy ne-investment asi tine mamwe ma-areas akafanana ne-industrial inofana kuti one day nekuti area inokatasa nyaya yema-mining quarries yawanda.
Sakansela ndiri kufara ndakutarisirawo in terms of corporate social responsibility ndiyo yatitarisira kuti vange vachibatsiridza muzvikoro zvecouncil, zvikoro zvehurumende zviri munharaunda nemakliniki.
Mashonaland West Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Maren Chombo, expressed satisfaction with the growing investment activity across the province.
There are so many developments going on around here, so definitely we are going to bound to have a lot of disputes as far as the land is concerned. But I assured them that my office, as far as the ease of doing business that's been preached by His Excellency the President Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, we are going to make sure that we create a conducive environment for all those companies that are investing in Mashonaland West to make it Mashonaland best.
The expansion of the Beritech investments is expected to significantly boost rural industrialization, create employment opportunities, and contribute to Zimbabwe's broader economic growth agenda. Tamuka Charakupa, ZBC News, Norton.
We move on to other news now, where as the 2025 year comes to an end, Masvingo province stands out as one of the regions that recorded notable progress in line with the National Development Trust under the Second Republic, with communities benefiting from infrastructure development, social protection programs, economic empowerment initiatives, and service delivery improvements. Let's get the details.
Throughout the year, the province witnessed sustained investment in road rehabilitation and upgrading, particularly on the major Harare-Masvingo Bay Bridge Highway, other feeder roads, linking growth points, irrigation schemes, and farming communities, hence improving access to markets and public services.
Movement of goods from one point to the other, it was made easy and simple because of good road network. And we also seen quite a number of local contractors getting opportunity to save in that same construction of roads. And as junior construction, we also partly benefited through subcontraction.
Pano patakamira pana patakaisirwa min trabablas ino iri kutogadzirwa inobata Mucheke bridge ratakatasana naro rakagadzirwa ratopera, then kozoita Chimusana bridge. Tichibva pano tichienda mumawadzi edu atinogara kwakagadzirwa migwagwa yose migwagwa yose yakaitwa resurface. Zvakare vagari vakaisigwa masolar powered bore kuti vave nemvura yokumwa yakachena yakanaka.
The agricultural sector remained a key driver of livelihoods in the province, with farmers benefiting from climate-smart agriculture programs, irrigation development, including village business units and livestock support schemes. Masvingo maintained its position as the leading province in cattle production, closing the year with nearly 1.1 million cattle.
On the livestock front, we have seen much improvement, and our percent growth for cattle, for example, for the past season was 1%, and for goats it was 4%.
Tikatarisa ma-village business unit chivi inzvimbo isinganayi, saka zvino taakuwana mvura yepasi ichitipa ma-village business unit atiri kukwanisa kuti vanhu vakurima chibage, vakurima beans, vakurima mapotatoes, vakurima zvirimwa zvavo zvakasiyana siyana, vachitengesa, vachiisa mari muhomwe, vachiendesa vana kuchikoro,
kutenga midziyo yavo.
Investment momentum remained strong, with 17 major projects worth over 114 million United States dollars facilitated, creating employment opportunities. Flagship investments include the Bikita Minerals cesium plant, the DTZ Nuanes irrigated sugarcane and citrus, 5 megawatt Great Zimbabwe hydropower project, and the establishment of new irrigation schemes, among many others.
According to GDP growth rate estimates provided by the Department of Economic Affairs and Investment, the province experienced resilient recovery, with the year-end GDP growth rate estimated at 5.78%. This positive performance indicates a strong rebound from the El Nino-induced drought, which has caused a contraction of 0.1% in 2024.
In line with the national drive to empower communities, devolution funds played a critical role in supporting the construction and refurbishment of clinics, schools, bores, and deep tanks across the province, with more than 200 projects completed so far under the devolution program. The year also saw renewed focus on youth and women empowerment, with various vocational training programs, income-generating projects, and small to medium enterprise support initiatives rolled out.
On social services, we've reduced drastically the walking distances for school children to schools. 75% of our kids now walk less than 5 kilometers to the next school. Almost 70% of our patients walk less than 10 kilometers to the next health facility. So we are doing well across the wider spectrum of the social development indicators.
The province also intensified fight against drug and substance abuse, operationalizing a rehabilitation center at Klipsham, along anti-smuggling blitz that recovered millions of illicit goods and cash. On the social development front, Masvingo province benefited from programs targeting vulnerable groups, including orphans, young girls, and persons with disabilities. The mining sector continued to attract attention, with authorities intensifying efforts to promote responsible and sustainable mining practices. Looking ahead to 2026, Masvingo province is set to prioritize irrigation development and energy security, utilizing water from Tugwi Mukosi Dam, completion of major roadworks, expansion of the Lowveld Green Belt, and continued irrigation and grain storage development as the province consolidates gains towards Vision 2030. Ms. Martina, ZBC News, Masvingo.
We have more news on our website. You can visit on www.zbcnews.co.zw. You can also visit our X handle, that is ZBC News Online, as well as our Facebook page and YouTube channel, all under the banner ZBC News Online.
And still ahead on the main news, new taxes approved through 2026 national budget take effect this Thursday. And in sport, Warriors return home after a heartbreaking AFCON exit. We take a quick break. Thereafter, we continue with the main news. Stay with us.
Off 2026 with a cultural escape like no other. This 1st of January 2026, New Year celebrations come alive at Baradzano Cultural Village, Mazoe, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. with bold heritage, rich Zimbabwean flavors, and unstoppable vibes as Tamimoyo, Fendi Nandi, and Ja Praiser light up the stage. Culture loud, music alive, Zimbabwe in motion. Free entry. Start the new year the Zimbabwean way. Experience it. Zimbabwe, inaka yedu, ilifa letu. Our heritage. Experience Zimbabwe. Zimbo.
Babe, we're getting late.
I'm coming.
That glance is a choice. That text can wait. Don't let a text rewrite your story. Silence your phone, protect your journey, and do not text and drive.
This message is brought to you by Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe in collaboration with Portras.
Across Africa, a new era has begun. Shifting our focus to a new horizon, connecting us with one purpose: to create and share opportunities to grow. Today, we are making a brighter tomorrow, built by our dreams and our energy. Across our continent, across the world, we are creating a better way to a better future. A Pan-African future. Together. EcoBank. A better way, a better Africa.
Sharing a ride to another city used to be my way. With InDrive City to City, it's my way. I choose my pickup and drop off, my price, my driver, and pay for just one seat. Share rides your way.
For 80 years, we've stood beside you as you carried tomorrow's promise. Every heartbeat, every breath, a life we've been honored to protect.
For 80 years, you have been our reason to serve. Every life touched, every hand held, we've been with you, with care that never rests. For 80 years, you believed in possibilities, your dreams, your legacy, your passion, protected every step of the way.
For 80 years, we've seen you conquer every obstacle with courage. The toughest climbs led to the greatest victories, and we've been with you for every single one. Here's to 80 years of dedication to you.
You're watching the main news on ZBC. Thank you for staying with us. As countries around the world, including Zimbabwe, prepare to usher into the new year, the feeling of celebration and hope cuts across borders. Several countries, including New Zealand and Australia, are already in 2026, while back home, the excitement is building up at various leisure centers as the crossover is getting closer.
Thank you so much there to the studio. We are currently here at Westgate Shopping Mall in Harare. As you can appreciate, of course, festivities are at fever pitch as the people are looking forward to, of course, the New Year's Eve celebrations will be taking place on the 31st of December right here in the nation's capital and around the country. Our worshippers will be converting to be able to not only commemorate 2025 but also celebrate going into 2026. Showgirls will be going in and around various hotspots, celebrating joy and jubilation will be taking place there, but of course also looking forward to the countdown as we'll be clocking 2025 entering into 26, and we'll be doing that right here at Westgate Shopping Mall. Looking forward to the fireworks displays that will be taking place as we celebrate and commemorate 2025 crossing over into 2026. Take advantage of our ZBC News online platform for all the updates that will be taking place during the course of the day.
Good evening, Zimbabwe. Yes, we are here in Victoria Falls, where we are about to talk to residents about their experience in 2025 and perhaps their expectations for 2026. You can join us as we walk through the streets. Madam, how are you?
I'm
I'm doing fine, thanks. How are you?
Good. How has been 2025 like for you?
I would describe 2025 to be a turmoil of emotions, ups and downs, but generally it's been quite eye-opening in so many areas, not just from a personal point of view, but even work-wise, so yeah.
And going forward into 2026, what are some of your expectations?
I'm quite hopeful that 2026 is just going to open a lot of opportunities, not just for me on a personal level, but even for every Zimbabwean out there. And I'm hoping that not just when it comes to opportunities, but even mental-wise, I feel like people, because of everything that's been happening with the economy, just having a good mental state, it's something to be very expectant and to have. So stability doesn't just lie when it comes financial, but even just your well-being as a person. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All the best in 2026.
Same to you. I hope you enjoy. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
My brother, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm okay. How has been 2026, 2025 like for you?
Good year. I
So going forward into 2026, what are some of your expectations?
Good especially Victoria Falls.
Thank you so much. Yeah, how are you, sir?
I'm well, how are you?
How has been 2025 like for you?
2025 has been amazing. I got married to a beautiful Zimbabwean woman. You know, we got to experience South Africa and Zambia and have our honeymoon, and I've just been blessed.
Going forward in 2026, what are some of your expectations?
2026, hopefully we'll be able to plan some more trips and travel with the love of my life.
Absolutely, and come back here to Victoria.
Absolutely. Visit Victoria Falls and all through Zimbabwe, experience all of it.
Thank you so much, sir. Ma'am, let me come to you. 2025, how has been the year like for you?
It has been a great year, like very great for me. I thank God for everything. And then 2026, I'm looking forward. I'll be home with my husband. Then we're gonna come back. We have to visit like the Eastern Highlands, because in the meantime we've been like somewhere in Manyika land. I've been taking him there. So visit more places in Zimbabwe as well.
Thank you so much for your time. With Forbes magazine naming Victoria Falls and Zimbabwe as one of the best destinations to visit in 2025, the tourism industry is optimistic that 2026 will be a better year in terms of arrivals. And also this will mean there will be more life in this town, more income. Everyone is likely to smile following that prediction, following that endorsement by the Forbes magazine. That's all we have for now. It's back to you in the studio.
Well, thank you very much. As he said, everyone is ready to smile. It's a few hours to midnight. And as Farai and Tich said, they'll be posting updates across all our social media platforms. I know someone who is ready for 2026, and that is Atha from our Montreux studios. Good evening.
Thank you so much, Melvin. Indeed, just a few more hours to go, and it's wonderful to be here on the main news. And before we go any further, thank you so much for carrying 2025. And if you're going to do anything, stay with the main news. But first, we go to Beitbridge, where the Kohomela community in Beitbridge district has benefited from a goat empowerment scheme as government continues with its developmental strategy across the country.
Different communities across the country continue to benefit from empowerment programs being availed by the Second Republic, with the Kohomela community being the latest to benefit from a goat rearing project.
Naborna sabathu babasadi ri batho ba setukune urwa dipudi ya re thusa ka hore re ya kwantša hore re khumane tšhelete ya hore re ise bana dikoloni.
Ro thoma nga 2022 nga September ubva nasi ndiko bona hore bafumakadzi ha utshena mfumakadzi a re na ngwana wawe ano thathiwa tshikoloni.
Timbuti ta hi pfuna hi ku masukana la hizi tambula xin'wana chilo. Timbuti ta hina ti pfusa swin'wana na swin'wana ku loko hi susa xivaleni hi ku hisa yo la macheleni hayi ya pfuneka ngopfu mara ngopfu hi lava mati.
Rimbuti dza vo rine dzo ita vana about 19
vana vale va 19 vote ndi vone rina va rengisa rono va rengisa ndi vone rina kwanisa ri kovekana dzichelede.
Government highlighted its maximum support to community projects in order to promote self-sustenance.
Ministry yedu tunosimudzira madzimai kusimudzira nharaunda saka project iyi yanifadza because iri kusimudzira madzimai kusimudzira nharaunda.
Ri kuzama uempowera vafumakadzi vadziwanile zvauita kutozama uri ka presidential ball allocation ine kovuya will make it a point uri imwe naimwe dhanga afa libweliwe bits ulimiwe luseni kuitira uri mbudzi dziwane chikafu dzikonanda.
The Second Republic continues to devolve empowerment projects to different communities across the country under the No One and No Place is Left Behind mantra. Aifeli Mudau, ZBC News, Bridge.
If it comes to ending 2025 on a high note, the Bulaya ZANU-PF Youth League this Tuesday hosted its inaugural Excellence Awards, a red carpet event that celebrated youths who distinguished themselves in leadership, entrepreneurship, as well as community development across the city.
The Excellency Awards ceremony hosted this Tuesday evening in Bulawayo brought together young leaders, government officials and party members to recognize excellence among youths contributing to national development.
The Pharaoh Singaiti, Nukuana Wadi, a commissariat, best performing a commissariat, as soon as Nondi Simbi Sasterek, as soon as Nondi Pama Nugu, or Utindambi Chingo Shandram Sangan, when we are PF.
Taking this award home today means a lot. It makes us push for more when we knock doors and asking for help to get food, to get clothes, to get fees, to get anything for the less privileged. This award brings us more energy, more confidence.
As Bulawayo province, it is a recognition that I never dreamt of. And it's a huge honor to be part of this hardworking executive. The Excellency Awards really reward the people that work hard for the party at grassroots level.
Officials said the program was meant to recognize hard work among youths.
It's not the matter of monetary terms or anything, but just to motivate them, so morally, so they can work more harder.
Lo mcimbi wabasakhulayo esingathi ngama Excellence Awards ceremony ongumdlalo wokuqala koBulawayo first of its kind lapho esirecognize khona ama youth. We have excelled in quite a number of disciplines. Namhlanje siso recognize ama youth ayenze kuhle umnyaka lo odlulileyo.
Siyananzela ukubana iminyaka eminengi esithe yadlula bekungazange kube le program enjengale esithe yethulwa liqhubu le Youth League. So siyakunanzela ukuthi kwesinye isikhathi abantu bathi sebesebenzile okuzwayo bafaka i-effort yabo kakhulu besebenzela umhlangano.
Organizers said the Excellence Awards are expected to become an annual platform with bigger awards aimed at motivating, recognizing and empowering young people in Bulawayo.
Next, we take a look in the Midlands province, where it has experienced significant infrastructure development in 2025, with dams, malls, houses and hospitals being constructed alongside the mining industry boom, which transformed the face of the mineral-rich province.
As the 2025 curtain folds, the Midlands province, just like any other province, has witnessed massive developments under the devolution agenda. Over 1,000 community development projects were successfully implemented across all 14 local authorities, and these initiatives are transforming lives and stimulating economic growth. The landmark investment in the province is the Dinson Iron and Steel Company in Manize, which was expanded in 2025, increasing production for both local and export market, while creating employment and boosting Zimbabwe's industrialization. In the same vein, another milestone project was the establishment of a $15 million United States jelly lithium plant in Zwishavane. Key infrastructure developments, which include road upgrades such as the Shurugwe-Mandamabwe and Kwekwe-Chitekete roads, alongside improvements in education and social amenities, were some of the major highlights in the province. The rolling out of housing projects through public-private partnerships saw housing targets being met on time, and these include the construction of Midlands Park flats and FBC gated community in Zvishavane. Under the healthcare sector, the completion of Impali Clinic, Matagamini Hospital and Nkatazo Rural Hospital clearly indicates how the Second Republic is walking the talk in its quest to attain an upper middle income society by the year 2030. The construction of the Vungu Dam and Holy Cross Dam in Chirumanzum further highlights some of the impactful projects that have been implemented in the province. Rich in various minerals, the province, through public-private partnerships in the mining sector, saw the establishment of Sabi and Shurugu gold milling centers for the local people. The development will also improve gold deliveries in the province. As we bid farewell to this year and embrace the dawn of a new one, the Midlands province stands poised for further growth and development in different sectors. Karejushe, ZBC News, Zvishavane.
Speaking of new infrastructure, none more newer than the new Montrose studios that we sit in. It's been an incredible 2025 from me and the team behind the scenes that I must appreciate, not only here at Montrose, but at Pockets Hill as well. Thank you so much. We will definitely see you next year. Over to you, team.
Thank you very much, Arthur. We'll definitely see you next year, which is tomorrow, I guess. We now continue with our news from our Pockets Hill studios. Government has launched the Retired Experts and Diaspora Skills Database in its quest to harness the country's human capital for sustainable national development. Speaking at the launch of the ceremony in Harare yesterday, the Minister of Skills Audit and Development, Professor Paul Mavima, said that the launch of the two databases will transform skills from being largely invisible assets into strategic resources that drive economic growth as well as service delivery.
We believe that when all Zimbabweans put their hands on the deck, there is nothing that can stop us from achieving the national aspirations that we have as Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is richly endowed with skills, with experience and knowledge. Over the years, our nation has produced highly trained professionals who have served with distinction across the public sector, the private sector, in academia and international institutions. Many of these experts have retired with invaluable institutional memory, while millions of Zimbabweans in the diaspora continue to excel globally in fields such as engineering, in the health sector, in education, in ICT, in finance, in science, and in innovation. Until now, however, there has been no centralized national mechanism. I therefore call upon all ministries, agencies, local authorities, the private sector, academic institutions, and development partners to actively utilize these databases. To our retired professionals and citizens in the diaspora, I say your country needs you, and it needs you badly.
After the break, we'll take a look at business news. Do stay with us.
That's how we take Saucy Platinum. Any questions?
The new KFC Next DC meal available now.
If you drink, be responsible.
Sharing a ride to another city used to be my way. With InDrive City to City, it's my way. I choose my pickup and drop off, my price, my driver, and pay for just one seat. Share rides your way.
This is AFCON, my friend. Everything is a competition. Everything.
So here they come for the opening game, and away we are here at the Africa Cup of Nations.
Join our family meeting from the 21st of December to the 18th of January. Purchase a decoder for $30. AFCON 2025, live on SuperSport.
Kick off 2026 with a cultural escape like no other. This 1st of January 2026, New Year celebrations come alive at Baradzano Cultural Village, Mazoe, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. with bold heritage, rich Zimbabwean flavors, and unstoppable vibes as Tamin Moyo, Fendi Nandi, and Ja Praiser light up the stage. Culture loud, music alive, Zimbabwe in motion. Free entry. Start the new year the Zimbabwean way. Experience it. Zimbabwe, inaka yedu, ilifa letu. Our heritage. Experience Zimbabwe. Zimbo.
Babe, we're getting late.
I'm coming.
That glance is a choice. That text can wait. Don't let a text rewrite your story. Silence your phone, protect your journey, and do not text and drive. This message is brought to you by Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe in collaboration with Portras.
The Minister of Defense, Honorable Opa Chamo Jipange Muchinguri Kashiri, Deputy Minister of Defense, Honorable Brigadier General Retired Levi Maihlome, Secretary for Defense, Comrade Aaron Daniel Tonde Nepera, Commander Zimbabwe Defense Forces, General Emmanuel Matatu, Service Chiefs, General and Air Officers, Chief Director, Directors, Senior Officers, men and women of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, management and staff of the Ministry of Defense wish to join His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, in conveying deepest condolences to the Chimwaza family following the untimely passing on of Brigadier General Retired Mark Charles Chimwaza. The late Brigadier General Retired, whose Chimurenga name was Paddington Chafa Chawora, will be remembered for his dedication to the struggle for Zimbabwe's independence, which he joined at a tender age in 1976. In Mozambique, he stayed at Doroe before receiving training at Chimoyo Camp, where he survived the gruesome attack by the Rhodesian forces in 1977. On completion of military training, he was deployed to Maputo under the Security and Intelligence Department. In 1979, Brigadier General Chimwaza was sent to Romania for specialized training in field artillery. Upon his return to Zimbabwe in 1982, he was attested into the Zimbabwe National Army and rose through the ranks to Brigadier General until his retirement. The late national hero served the nation with utmost loyalty and dedication. He left a rich legacy of patriotism, distinguished and exemplary service for all to emulate. May his soul rest in eternal peace. The Ministry of Defense, guaranteeing peace and stability for the attainment of Vision 2030.
You're watching the main news. Thank you for staying with us. We now look at business news, where a new tax regime will take effect from midnight tonight following the approval of the 2026 national budget by Parliament.
Following the approval of the 2026 national budget, new taxes will take effect this Thursday, while adjustments on several tax heads will also kick in. Among the approved taxes is the Intermediated Money Transfer Tax IMTT on local currency, which has been reduced from 2 to 1.5%, while the IMTT tax on foreign currency transactions will remain at 2%. Gaming operators will now pay 20% of gross monthly takings as tax, while punters will pay 25% as tax on their winnings. A new levy on coal stands at 3%. Property owners will now pay presumptive rental income tax of 15% of rentals payable by tenants on their businesses and premises. Gold miners are now obliged to pay royalties at a minimum of 3% when the gold price is below $1,200 per ounce, 5% when it is between 1.2 to 2,500 US dollars per ounce, and finally 10% when it is above 2,500 ounce per ounce, and finally when it is above 2,500 US dollars per ounce. Value-added tax VAT has been increased from 15 to 15.5%, while a digital services tax has been pegged at 15% for e-commerce transactions. Owen Mandova, ZBC News, Harare.
That's it for our business news. We'll take a look at sports after this break.
Guided by the policy direction of His Excellency, the President, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, the Ministry of Transport and Infrastructural Development has placed ambulances at major accident hotspots for the festive season. If you need emergency help, call Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe on 0772 922 623 or toll free 991 or 591. Ambulances from Discovery Ambulance and Highway Emergency Medical Services are stationed in Masvingo, Matebeleland, Manicaland, Mashonaland East, Midlands, and Mashonaland West, ready to rush you to safety. Road safety is my responsibility and yours too. Drive safe, stay alert, and remember, help is just a call away. This festive season, protect yourself and your loved ones, because every life matters. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Transport and Infrastructural Development and the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe. Safety first, there is no second chance.
Sharing a ride to another city used to be my way. With InDrive City to City, it's my way. I choose my pickup and drop off, my price, my driver, and pay for just one seat. Share rides your way.
Festive is here, Shah. First Street lights up, and suddenly the vibe is back. It stretches from Harare to Hollywood, even to Old Trafford. Jesse Gilles Festive. All I want this festive season? The stories that keep us hooked. The ngoma, the rhythm, the laughter, the drama, the goals, the world-class entertainment that brightens up the holidays for the whole family. All I want is DSTV.
Kick off 2026 with a cultural escape like no other. This 1st of January 2026, New Year celebrations come alive at Baradzano Cultural Village, Mazoe, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. with bold heritage, rich Zimbabwean flavors, and unstoppable vibes as Tamin Moyo, Fendi Nandi, and Ja Praiser light up the stage. Culture loud, music alive, Zimbabwe in motion. Free entry. Start the new year the Zimbabwean way. Experience it. Zimbabwe, inaka yedu, ilifa letu. Our heritage. Experience Zimbabwe. Zimbo.
Welcome back. Let's now take a look at our sports news. The Zimbabwe national football team, the Warriors, have returned home from Morocco after a heartbreaking early exit from AFCON.
The team's arrival at the Robert Gabriel Mugabe International Airport was met with sadness and disappointment, with the players looking dejected as they disembarked from the plane. The Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Sport, Recreation, Arts and Culture, Mr. Nicholas Moyo, attempted to lift the mood, challenging the Zimbabwe Football Association, ZIFA, to provide players with sufficient time to bond and prepare for crucial tournaments.
My challenge to ZIFA is, let's ensure that we put our effort into development. Let's ensure that we grow the teams to play together. It's always unfair for the players to start knowing each other when they get to camp 2 weeks before or a week before. Some of them joining you because they are internationally blessed, best and joining you 4 or 5 days before. We are giving a challenge to ZIFA. We can do things differently. We have what it takes. We have the talents amongst our boys. We can take this sport to the next level.
The team is grateful for the support and is hoping to take lessons from the tournament.
We come back home after we were down, like we were out before what we expected and what the nation expected. Just want to thank the support you gave us, and welcoming us home made us feel back, because in our brains we were just saying, how are they going to welcome us?
The Warriors have finished bottom of Group B with a single point after drawing 1-1 against Angola and losing to Egypt and South Africa. Their immediate focus now shifts to qualifying for the 2027 AFCON, where the qualifiers are set to begin in March next year. Anna Shemrombezi, ZBC News, Harare.
The Zimbabwe Handball Federation is pinning hopes on the re-election of presidents from Zone 6 International Handball Federation, as well as the Confederation of African Handball, in order to spur development of the sport. The elections held in Cairo, Egypt, offered continuity as 3 presidents secured fresh mandates, with Zimbabwe re-elected to lead a commission in charge of beach handball in the Zone 6 region. Zimbabwe Handball Federation President Taurai Muberekwa says the outcome is a huge boost towards the development of the sport and means plans to expand the Zone 6 trophy to include another age group, which is the seniors.
We had elections for the Zone 6, where we're selecting the leadership of Zone 6, and of course also had elections for CAB, Confederation of African Handball, where we also select the leadership for that board. We also had elections for the International Handball Federation, where we also had the leadership. From the Zone 6, we had President of Zambia, who is Victor Banda, was elected as the president of Zone 6. From CAB, we have got Dr. Aramoa, who was elected as the CAB president. From the IHF, we have got Dr. Mustafa, who was re-elected as the president of International Handball Federation. This entails that there is continuity in terms of handball development projects, which has been injected for the past 4 years.
And that report concludes the last bulletin of the year 2025. Thank you for watching. I am Mona Lisa Dube.
And my name is Malvin Matava. Susan Masona was on sign language, and from the entire crew behind the scenes, thank you very much. We'll now leave you watching the AFCON match between Ivory Coast and Gabon. See you next year.